Hello, this is John Dunn with Dingo's Paintless Dent Repair. Got a big day planned here in Gwinnett and DeKalb County, doing a few jobs for some individuals, and we've got one body shop. Just posting this as a way to kind of show you what a day in the life of a Dingo's Paintless Dent Repair route technician is. I want to give you a sense of what the experience is like and why it might take a little longer to get to you. We definitely try to get everybody taken care of in a timely manner. Do watch. I hope you enjoy it, and let's get going. Standing up against the wall here, hold your head up a little bit so we can see that face. Yeah. So this is Ethan, and Ethan is the next generation Dingo. I call him Dingo Pup right now. He's also my son. So we're starting the next generation of Dingo's PDR. Now, you won't be seeing Ethan much because he'll be holding the camera. Say hello.
Hey, how y'all doing?
You can do better than that. You were a thespian. He's a thespian.
Thespian? It has a P in it.
Oh, thespian. All right, so we're going to head down over here to Stone Mountain. Brian Boyer is the client. He has a Nissan Frontier with a dent in the fender. Mr. Boyer is a truck driver, and he'll be going to work a little bit later. You do local, right?
That's right.
Okay. So you're here. You do how many miles a day?
Probably around 620 miles a day.
Cool. How'd you find us?
I found you on the internet, searching for Paintless Repair, and
What made us stick out?
the ratings.
Rating, got good ratings, I guess.
They're very good ratings.
You had this done before?
No, never had it done before. I've seen it, but I never had it done before. And
Well, I think I explained to you that the age of the car is going to be a little, not totally perfect. I mean, there's going to be some imperfections, but it's coming up nicely.
what type of dent will you actually take? Like, how big of a job will you take?
Well, I get a lot of these. I get a lot of videos every single day. Not videos, not always videos, but sometimes photographs. I step up on whatever I think I can fix and make the customer happy. There are things I get all the time. I get stuff all the time that just, I could fix that, but will they be satisfied with it? I always say I can make it look better. I got a friend of mine in Mississippi who does this. He says I can make it look different, and a lot of times that's what we're doing. But this is something I feel like I could do. But like that dent over there on that Dakota is probably not something that I can make look any better. So that's just a good example.
Do you get a lot of hail damage?
On a good year, yeah, we get a lot of hail. That's what we like to do. It's kind of like hail is like, what Christmas is to retail, or what tax season is to accountants, CPAs. Hail is to us. Our season here is March 1st to June 1st. I think that Georgia's well, at least Atlanta area is probably not going to have a lot of hail this year. We've had a couple little hailstones here and there, but nothing really that's very damaging. It's a roll of the dice. I mean, we're in a place, part of the country where there is hail, but not all the time.
How far will you travel to take on a job?
Well, I got a hail job actually up in Holly Springs next week. So
I know they have like a lot of hail damages in like Tennessee and Alabama and stuff in states like that.
Well, it's funny you should say that. There's a lot of people that chase hail that go all over the country, that go all over the world. I'm more of a regional guy. When I used to chase, mostly in the regionally, I did a lot of work up in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I've done some work in Alabama, over in Talladega, and so I've gone as far away as Phoenix, Arizona.
Wow.
And as far north as Long Island, New York. So I've done that. And then the one time I've done international, I went to Algeria, Northern Africa.
Wow.
So now that was more interesting than lucrative.
I can imagine.
All right, so what do you think, Brian? Can you live with that?
I can live with it. It looks,
I mean,
really good.
as we said, it's going to be perfect just because of where it was at. But get you down the road, and it's a work truck. Makes it look a little bit better, and we appreciate your business.
I appreciate you.
All right. All right, so we're going to go over here and see Melvin at Alpha Auto Body here in Lawrenceville on Beaufort Drive. He's a regular customer and did a bunch of hail cars for him last year with the hailstorm hit Lawrenceville. Show's over, folks. All right, so now we're going to go over to Snellville to do a car for Randy Brooks. Randy is actually a longtime customer. I think this will be my 4th trip out there. I've done some work on a Jeep that he had, and most recently he bought a Ford Ranger. And so we'll be working on that. This is what, my 3rd or 4th visit?
4th visit. Twice for the once for the Jeep.
This is the Jeep.
And twice for this little truck.
And so we're out here on this truck today, and very similar to the last dent that I did. There's some creases and some stuff there. We also have a little dent here that we're going to do as well. There it is.
Come on out here. Come on.
Okay, and so we got the dog. It's never a good home visit repair until we have a dog in it. And this dog's name is Abby?
Abby.
I had an Abby dog once. All right, sir, we're done. What do you think?
I think you did a wonderful job. You always have before.
Well, Randy, why do you keep calling us?
Because I bought a truck and I keep finding dents in it. If I don't find them, you do.
Okay, cool. Well, I just, it's good to know, it's good to have return customers, and you're definitely one that is a regular. So we appreciate your business.
You've always done a good job for me, and I thank you.
Well, thank you. All right, so we're going to go over here and meet Yvonne. Yvonne came up from Stockbridge. She's going to meet us here in Snellville. And we're going to be at a place of business over here off Hewitt Road. She's getting a trailer wrapped for her business. And she had a little mishap with a little jackknife on her trailer, which isn't something we can normally do. But fortunately for Yvonne, it really just messed with the plastic corners of the bumpers of her Tahoe. So this is Yvonne, and Yvonne is like myself. She's an entrepreneur as well. Yvonne has Ruby Lee's kettle, corn, and lemon shakers. Now tell me about those.
Yes. Ruby Lee is actually my great-grandmother, so we wanted to leave a legacy for our family. I'm a retired athletic director from New Jersey, so I just moved down here to Georgia area to be with the rest of my family. And we wanted to leave something that we can leave to the younger generation. So we took 2 of her recipes, and we're going to run with it.
Okay, well, and you can like her, follow her on Facebook, Ruby Lee's Kettle Corn. And so this is our damage today. And as I have a video already online, I'm not going to go in too much on the mechanics of this. We'll just do it before and after, and we'll just go ahead and get started. So Yvonne asked me a moment ago, she said, how did I get started? And was I in a mechanic or was I in body work? I just did this to pay my way through school. Actually, I was cleaning cars, and it somehow evolved into this. I got kind of into the car business. When I graduated college, it was like I'm making more doing this than with my degree. So This is kind of where I've had, and that's the beauty of this. See, that's what I love about this job, going out and talking to people, because I can tell that same story to every customer.
That's true. That's the same exact
And they'll
story.
never know the difference, right? So,
It's the first time.
yeah. Great Graham.
She lived in Noonan, Georgia.
Local.
And yeah. So that's why we ended up coming down here, because she's my great grandmother, but she raised my mom. Even when I came down to visit her in the summers, because I was brought up in New Jersey, she would always just tell me stories about being an entrepreneur. At the time, she was actually ironing white shirts at the time when they used starch to, and that was how she started her own little business and making extra money while my great grandfather was at work. So she would just put little tidbits in like that. And of course, excellent cook. Everything she did back then was fresh, and what we did was we picked up 2-3 of her recipes there, and we were going to run with it. And basically our goal is to leave a legacy for the family. So that's how Ruby Lee's Kettle Corn and Lemonade Shakers actually started.
When it comes to bumper repairs, I try not to take the whole bumper off. I try to take off as little as possible. I managed to be able to get this tail light out, pull this off a little bit. I'm going to come in from here. I'm going to use this heat gun. It's basically a paint stripper, so I got to hold it back here so I'm not tearing things up. We're just going to push this out.
So what made you name your company Dingo? Is that a franchise, or is it something you started, have something to do with the family or anything like that?
Well, it's funny you should say that. I got a guy way back when, in the dark ages when I started doing this. We had a hailstorm that we were working in Woodstock. And we brought in some subcontractors, and there's this one guy who was a hail chaser. And that's all he did. He chased hail all the country, and he actually was working out of one of these.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, he was making pretty good money. His beautiful wife with him, and they were staying at like the Hampton Inn, or well, probably better than Hampton, like Courtyard or something like that. And he just annoyed me. And he says, hey, I found this great name down in Australia. When I go to Australia, I have this great name that I use. And I said, so what was the name? And he says, Dingo's PDR. I said, that's a great name.
Thief in the night. Thief.
Okay. So Vaughn, this is about as good as a PDR on a plastic bumper can get. I'm sure that if I spent some more hours, maybe I can make it a little bit better. We got an issue here, and we got some buckles up here. The main thing is that it's out,
Right.
and it's better, and that's basically what plastic bumper repair is. And we've got the one on the other side. We'll go ahead and do that real quick. All right, so Yvonne, what do you
Yes.
think? Is this pretty much what you expected? I mean, the dent repair.
Yes, it was fair and honest, and you did an awesome job.
Okay, cool.
And no complaints at all. I mean,
Did you like the conversation?
Oh, the conversation made this whole process even easier.
So we could just come out here and just let you watch us and not say anything. That'd be just wonderful, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it
No.
wouldn't be the same. No, I'm just
Okay,
saying,
cool,
it wouldn't. I mean, people do that in their business. That's what they come, like I mentioned before, they'll come do the job and say 2 words to you, and you feel like, oh, well, thanks for fixing it, but it was just a terrible experience. This is an excellent experience.
All right, so Ethan, what do you think? This is day in the life. What do you think about driving around DeKalb, Gwinnett, doing all these little quick pickup jobs?
I mean, it's pretty nice. I enjoy it. I have a lot of fun doing the work. The customers are great. It's always cool to meet new and interesting people.
And that kind of the really, really interesting part of this whole thing is, you go to a dealership and that's great. You can go and you don't really talk to anybody, but you get out here on the street and you go to somebody's house, you go to somebody's place of business, and if they got time, they'll come out. You go to somebody's house, though, they usually are there, and they come out and watch you have a conversation, or not.
Yeah,
you don't have to talk to us.
But I mean, it's always nice, Southern hospitality.
Yeah, well,
So
yeah, that's true.
It was awesome,
Although we had somebody today who was not from the South. Although Great Graham was.
Great Graham was.
And
Ruby Lee was.
Ruby Lee was. And then we had Mr. Brooks, who I would imagine is a Southern man, and he's the regular customer. And then we had Brian, you know, the truck driver.
Yeah, Mr. Boyers.
So yeah. So I mean, it's a pretty good day. And then we went over here to Melvin. We didn't really interact very much with Melvin because he's a busy man, but he did call us out, and we did do some work. So that's what a day in the life of a route tech at Dingo's is all about. You know, when you're wondering, hey, where are they at? Well, you know, this is where we're at. We're getting to you. And there are people that we like to, we will sell no dent before it's time. You know, I'm paraphrasing there. So, well, thanks for watching, and we'll probably do some more videos in the future.
Dingo, save my baby.
Me.
Dingo saved my baby.
Dingo saved my baby.